Coach, we'll start with an opening statement of any questions.
Appreciate everybody coming out. Appreciate all our students. They were loud. They gave us some great energy. They gave us some great energy down the stretch. So I really appreciate it. I hope they keep coming out, and these guys will play hard for them. So that was a fun opener. We got a lot of work to do, but you know what I was really proud of down the stretch there when we were down. Nobody, even all these new guys, these inexperienced guys, nobody was panicking. There was no frowns in the huddle. There was no blaming, complaining, excuse making. It was just like, all right, here's what we got to do. I said to them, I said, you guys get 3 stops, we'll win the game. And in the last 3:28, we went on a 16-2 run. I think we'll score points, but we got to just learn to keep playing defense. It wasn't great today, not to our standards, but the last 3:28 was to our standards, and we got some big rebounds there late as we were getting killed on the glass. Good first win. A lot of these guys got their feet wet, and now it's we got to get better. So really proud of the guys.
Mike, it seemed like spacing was a bit of an issue for stretches tonight on offense.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about the impact that can have on Melly and Caden's ability to
Yeah, I
play
mean,
offense?
there's certain guys out there, John, you know, space it better than others. You just got to get better at it. We call it pace and space. And like when Eli's out there, there's a lot more room. Why? Because his man's hugging him and there's gravity. Different guys, you know, that's called scouting. So when those guys had space and turned the corner on a ball screen, or they got in the quick action where they couldn't load up on them, that's why we're pretty good in transition, because you're in space, you're getting ahead of the defense, you're getting edges. But I do think both of those guys down the stretch didn't panic with the ball, didn't turn it over. We got shots, we got fouled, they got guys shots, and we'll get better and better at it.
Mark and then Caleb.
Mike, defensively, they gave you some trouble inside, even though they're not the biggest team, and they hurt you offensive rebounding. But down the stretch, that really, it seemed like you took care of it. What was the difference down the stretch where that wasn't as much an issue?
Well, I told them, I think they called it around 6 minutes. We had a timeout, I think. And
3-0 boards.
I said, guys, if we don't rebound, we're not going to win the game, period. It doesn't matter how many shots we make. If we don't rebound, we had some really good defensive possessions, and they got continuous offensive rebounds. We just got to get better at it. It's really hard, and it's only going to get harder the teams we play. It's a huge focus for us. Tibor had some big ones. But everyone's got to rebound. Our wings didn't rebound as well as we need to, and some of it is just being really physical and, you know, putting that guy you're guarding on his heels, put him in his tracks and saying, you're not getting this rebound, but also rotational rebounds. So they had 20 offensive rebounds against VCU in their exhibition game, so we knew that was a huge emphasis. They had 12, that's way too many, so we'll get better at it. You know, it's something you can't shy away from that in practice. You gotta do it. You gotta hit each other, flesh on flesh, as we talk about, and just gotta get better at it.
Caleb.
You brought Melly off the bench back here at the camera.
There you go.
You brought Melly off the bench. He ended up leading in scoring. Kind of curious, you know, you could see the confidence he played with just in game 1. What was it like for you to kind of hand him the reins, him and Caden, at the guard spot to be able to lead the offense?
Yeah, they're two pretty good players, right? And they can handle the ball, they can shoot it, they can get to the rim and finish, they get their teammates shots, they're talkative, they have moxie, as I use it, both of them. They're both high character young men on and off the court, and they're only going to get better. They're very coachable. You know, Melly was out. Melly missed, I think, 17 practices with a sprained ankle. So he, you know, this last week was the you know, consecutive days fighting through that and all that stuff. So he's just going to get better and better. And he's a freshman. He's 19 years old. So he's a good basketball player. But you know, he wants to get better too. He wants to be good. Caden is just—he's a rock, man. I mean, Caden Mingo is a rock. On and off the court, the way he handles himself. When he makes a mistake, he doesn't blame anybody, doesn't complain, doesn't make excuses. He owns it and he moves on from it, and he's ready to go to the next thing. He plays with an edge, but he plays with great composure for a young kid. He was, you know, his parents gave us a great kid to work with, and you know, he'll be in here probably tomorrow morning to shoot, and probably be watching tape by 10 o'clock. That's just how he is.
Next.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Seemed like the on-ball actions give you guys some fits defensively at the beginning. Are you able to diagnose maybe why that happened and how you correct it?
Yeah, I mean, every team has a plan, right? I thought we just didn't, throwing it out of the ball screen hurt us. I don't think the guy in the ball screen hurt us as much, but when they threw it out, we didn't have great coverage. We were hugging our men too much today. So we always say one guy guards the ball, 4 other guys help him guard the ball. And you know what, when that ball's thrown out of a ball screen, we want to be awesome in the first 2 passes out of the ball screen. My best teams, and we take great pride in that. I will be honest with you, sometimes I look out there and there's 5 new guys or 4 freshmen out there. It's a process. Some of these guys never played an ounce of defense in their lives, so we're working on that. But we just got to get better at it. We got to get better. No excuses. It's not good enough. Thought down the stretch, our ball screen defense got better. Yvonne really stopped the ball. We did a better job with our off-ball awareness in the ball screen, but not enough consistently for 40 minutes.
Danny.
Micah, you mentioned Yvonne. He had a big shot late, and it seems like he finished the game really strong. How have you seen him come along since he's been here, and what do you feel like he added to you guys tonight?
I mean, he's a 7-foot freshman. He's 19 years old. He's talented. He really has a great feel how to play. You can tell he's played it with older guys his whole life. He has a really good feel. I think he really talks off the on defense for a young kid. Just has a really good feel. He's like a point guard out there, but he's a 7-footer and he plays a 5. He can play away from the basket. He doesn't get rattled. He doesn't get rattled without the ball, or against different defenses and stuff like that. When he has the ball on the perimeter, he has guard feel without a doubt. He didn't use his left hand when he got here in June. He had some great finishes with his left hand today. So he's very coachable. He's really hard on himself, but he's very coachable, and he works every day. So really proud of him. For 7-foot freshman, we needed a kid like that. He's going to be a heck of a player for us. You just got to keep getting better.
Nick.
Scheduling is such a crapshoot, just given the turnover in rosters every offseason. But did you expect to have this type of test? And then what's the value of it?
Well, I knew they would. The one reason why we played them, we knew they would do a lot of ball screen stuff, and they always have shooters. And we got to be able to guard the 3-point line with young guys and the ball screen stuff. So Coach is a very good coach. Coach has been coaching for 30 some years. He's won a lot of games. He's been around the right people. He can really coach. So we knew it'd be a hard game. To be honest with you, we have to play some hard games, because when we get to middle of December for 2 games and we get to January 1, they're all going to be really hard games. So we got to do that. And look, we're not going to win every game. Our plan is to, but we're not. But we got to figure it out. And if you play dogs all the time and you play people that don't expose you, then you're gonna have some really long nights on some of those road trips in the Big Ten. And we got to play people so we can get better and we can get exposed and figure it out. Today was a great day of dealing with adversity, being down late, and the guys rung the bell.
Hi, Coach, back here.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
So there were some rotation changes from you from the first half to the second half. What did you see from that unit you ran to start the second half, and do you think any of those changes will carry over into the next game?
Oh, yeah. We'll practice tomorrow and the next day, and they have to compete for their minutes. That's what I love. We got an army now, and we got guys that are competing, and if you don't practice well, someone's going to take your minutes, and that's how we're only going to get better. And nobody's getting gifted this year. I'm not managing these guys. I'm coaching these guys hard. We got to get better. And one way you get better is great competition. We have 6 to 10 can play. You saw that today. And we don't win the game without our army. And that's how it's going to be. And if you're not ready to play the game, maybe you shouldn't start the next one. Someone's going to want that starting spot. Somebody's going to want those minutes. You don't guard, you don't rebound, you're not a great teammate. Hey, that's how it goes. We're trying to build this, right? And we got to build it with standards. And one thing we need in this program, the one standard, is great competition on the daily. And so every day there's free minutes out there. You got to go get them. You got to go earn them. So we'll have different starting lineups, I think, all year long.
2 more, John, and then Robin.
Mike, you talked a little about Tibor earlier.
Yeah.
Is he one of those guys that has earned more minutes and potentially a starting spot moving forward? And what does he add that maybe the other bigs don't have right now?
Oh, he's just a grown man. I mean, he could be a tight end. You know, the physicality. He's just a really good defensive rebounder. Has a really good feel out there, how to play. I always say he's a very good connector. He doesn't always have to score the ball, always have the ball to make a play for him and his teammates. Helps a lot on the defensive end. I just think he's a good defensive rebounder too. He's physical. So he, yeah, I mean, he's going to help us. I didn't think he would play. Well, 24 minutes, that's pretty good because he plays hard. He throws his body around. He needs to get in the gym and work on his free throws though. So. He's shooting cinder blocks today. We gotta fix that. So we need to shoot 72 plus, and we didn't do that today. 60%. That's not good enough. So that's on me, on the free throw coach. So we got some work to put in with that cat.
Hey, Coach.
Just like you will.
Coach, right here. I'm wondering, down the stretch, especially in a late game like that, with it being such a young team, does that change the way you coach at all versus it being like a veteran team, maybe like last year?
Yeah, without a doubt. Sometimes when you have older guys, you can let them go a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, like any close game. But I just, there's a couple times with a young guy, we just wanted to stay organized, so we used the timeouts. A couple free throws and dead balls, they huddled. So we got organized. I just thought they did a really good job. We practice it. I always say the best led teams are player-led teams. So, time and score, you got to know it all the time. If you're a point guard for me, we have multiple point guards out there. When you have Freddie, Caden, and Melly out there, three guys that can play the point and handle the ball and make plays, that really helps. And a guy like T-Board who has such a great basketball IQ, you could be organized there. I just thought the guys did a good job late. Came out of the timeout twice, and on both ends of the court, they're well organized. So really proud of them. So we got a long way to go, fellas, but it was a good start.
Great, thank you.
All right, guys.
Thanks
Have a good
so
night.
much.
Thank you.
Coach.
It's like a club in here.
Me and
How
Disco.
far out of the coaching box were you there, Mike?
Step away from my pumpkin.
Was that far out?
You were pretty far out. I mean, you were under the rim, but.
Oh. I'm gonna replay. I was gonna challenge you, but we weren't quick enough. See you guys.